Alright guys, I'm back with another chapter in Exodus. We're in Exodus chapter 19, but before we get started in that, there's a little bit of a precursor, if you will, that's a summary of the next, looks to be almost 21 chapters. So I'm going to go ahead and read that, where it reads Israel at Sinai, and then I'm going to get into chapter 19. Here we go. After escaping through the Red Sea, the Hebrews traveled through the wilderness and arrived at Sinai, God's holy mountain. There they received the Ten Commandments, as well as instructions for building a tabernacle as a center of worship. Through Israel's experiences at Mount Sinai, we learn about the importance of obedience in our relationship with God. His laws help expose sin, and they give standards for righteous living. And now we're going to jump right into chapter 19, guys, where the header reads, Giving the law, the Lord reveals himself at Sinai. Exactly 2 months after the Israelites left Egypt, they arrived in the wilderness of Sinai. After breaking camp at Rephidim, they came to the wilderness of Sinai and set up camp there at the base of Mount Sinai. Then Moses climbed the mountain to appear before God. The Lord called to him from the mountain and said, Give these instructions to the family of Jacob. Announce it to the descendants of Israel. You have seen what I did to the Egyptians. You know how I carried you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. Now if you will obey me and keep my covenant, you will be my own special treasure from among all the people on earth, for all the earth belongs to me, and you will be my kingdom of priests, my holy nation. This is the message you must give to the people of Israel. So Moses returned from the mountain and called together the elders of the people and told them everything the Lord had commanded him, and all the people responded together. We will do everything the Lord has commanded. So Moses brought the people's answer back to the Lord. Then the Lord said to Moses, I will come to you in a thick cloud, Moses, so the people themselves can hear me when I speak with you. Then they will always trust you. Moses told the Lord what the people had said. Then the Lord told Moses, Go down and prepare the people for my arrival. Consecrate them today and tomorrow, and have them wash their clothing. Be sure they are ready on the third day, for on that day the Lord will come down on Mount Sinai, as all the people watch. Mark off a boundary all around the mountain. Warn the people, be careful, do not go up on the mountain or even touch its boundaries. Anyone who touches the mountain will certainly be put to death. No hand may touch the person or animal that crosses the boundary. Instead, stone them or shoot them with arrows. They must be put to death. However, when the ram's horn sounds a long blast, then the people may go up on the mountain. So Moses went down to the people. He consecrated them for worship, and they washed their clothes. He told them, Get ready for the third day, and until then, abstain from having sexual intercourse. On the morning of the third day, thunder roared and lightning flashed, and a dense cloud came down on the mountain. There was a long, loud blast from a ram's horn, and all the people trembled. Moses led them out from the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the foot of the mountain. All of Mount Sinai was covered with smoke, because the Lord had descended on it in the form of fire. The smoke billowed into the sky like smoke from a brick kiln, and the whole mountain shook violently. As the blast of the ram's horn grew louder and louder, Moses spoke, and God thundered his reply. The Lord came down on the top of Mount Sinai and called Moses to the top of the mountain. So Moses climbed the mountain. Then the Lord told Moses, Go back down and warn the people not to break through the boundaries to see the Lord, or they will die. Even the priests who regularly come near to the Lord must purify themselves, so that the Lord does not break out and destroy them. But Lord, Moses protested, the people cannot come up to Mount Sinai. You already warned us. You told me, Mark off a boundary all around the mountain to set it apart as holy. But the Lord said, Go down and bring Aaron back up with you. In the meantime, do not let the priests or the people break through to approach the Lord, or he will break out and destroy them. So Moses went down to the people and told them what the Lord had said. And that's the end of chapter 19, guys. One thing that I regularly think about, especially in the process of this, knowing that the Ten Commandments is on its way as far as will be the expectation of the foundation of the law and what will lead us through the majority of the rest of the Old Testament as far as the example and the expectation to follow through. I'm so confused at why it's so hard for us. And I guess maybe confused isn't even the right word. I don't know why. I am growing very, very tired of dealing with people that don't have a desire to be kind, that don't have a desire to be respectful, that don't have a desire to show empathy or kindness or love or generosity, and they're just so ill-tempered and violent and mean that it's exhausting. It's so exhausting to me because I know the one thing that would be easier is to meet them with the same energy that they're bringing, to be vile and to be nasty and to fight back. There's a part of me that knows that it's easier to just engage in the confrontation. And when I fight against the flesh in those moments, it's so exhausting, which is why I appreciate that even though Moses said, hey guys, we better not break these rules. Here's a boundary, don't break it. Make sure we're not doing that. And God tells him again, say, hey, go tell him again. And he goes, well, you already told me to do that. I already did it. And he goes, hey, I said do it again and bring Aaron up here. I need to talk to him too. Simply because he knows just our unwillingness to obey. And it's so crazy how well he knows us, and still he chooses to love us. And he has a standard that only he can meet and loves us anyway as long as we love him back. And that's our only requirement. It's just love him back and build that relationship. And it can be, we make it so much tougher than it has to be, and it's exhausting. And none of us get along the way that we should. None of us are as kind as we should, or loving and forgiving and all these things. And yet he's still that for us. I just hope that I'm doing my best to get closer and closer to him every day, because I feel the burden of the attempt. And I guess all I can say is that it's an attempt, because I'm definitely not touching perfect execution. That is for darn sure. But I just have a heart for him, and I just want him to use me. So I'm looking forward to reading more about the 10 Commandments tomorrow. Have a good night. God bless. I love you. Jesus loves you. And I'll read chapter 20 where the header reads 10 Commandments for the Covenant Community. Have a good night and God bless, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.